I want to know every detail. Is that too much to ask? I 40 meters finally discovered proof of my partner's 34F cheating over 3 years ago. I had long suspected that it had happened, but I had no proof. I have all the information, the timeline, the location, and the full name of the other person. She had used my computer and left her email open. Since we have had issues, in particular with a male co-worker with whom she Snapchatted with for a couple of months and concealed it from me, while deleting his text messages to her as well, my curiosity got the best of me. I noticed a recent correspondence with a man from her hometown. Something told me that this was the guy that I had been looking for. Over the last 2 months, she's been talking with the guy, and from that info I discovered his name, his location, and when it happened. She was on a trip home to visit her sister, who was apparently having a family crisis and needed her help, and one night went to a casino to meet up with old friends. That's all that I knew. Since we share each other's location at her request, because she often would accuse me of cheating, I watched her disappear into the hotel portion of the casino and turn her phone off for the night. I went nuts. I had absolutely no idea what was happening, if she was there willingly, if she was okay, I knew nothing. The hotel had no check-in under her name. The next day she brushed it off and told me she spent the night with her gay friend in the hotel room, a room with 2 queen beds, because they had had too much to drink. She gave me the name of the friend, and I quickly followed up by asking the hotel if that person had checked in. He did not. Since then I've suspected that she spent the night with somebody else, somebody who I did not know about. From their emails, I was able to find his full name, his phone number, his address, everything I needed to know to be able to ask the hotel, as this other guy, about the last time that I stayed there, and the kind of room that I had, as I would like to book the same kind of room again. They confirmed what I had feared. He had checked in on the night she was there. King room, 1 king bed. 1 unnamed guest in addition to him. I was devastated. After reading through their correspondence, I found out that he was one of her casual time partners over the years. He had always wanted more, but had accepted that she did not want that. So last night, I told her everything that I knew. She did need nothing, but promised that there was no desire to be with him anymore. And all of the intrusive thoughts are eating me alive as we speak. And they have been over the last month since I've known, since D-Day. I have a history of childhood time abuse, and it has profoundly impacted my ability to trust and to make love now as an adult. We have struggled with time for a long time, and I feel that I am just a below average lover and that she needs more than I can provide. We have tried and failed to make love more times than we have made love. I do consider myself to be on the A spectrum, demis timul. I did feel comfortable and safe enough to begin a relationship with and make love with her. Over time, that feeling of safety and ability to be vulnerable has degraded. I want to reconcile. I believe that she does, too. I've even stated that I understand why it happened, and that it was my fault, with all of the timul issues that I have. It's been years since the incident, and so much has changed since then. We bought a home together, we have 2 dogs. We've even talked about IVF treatment to have kids one day, since I cannot naturally get her pregnant. We are going to talk tonight. I want to know everything. I want to know how it happened, where it happened, how many times, and every other detail about that night that I was never supposed to know. My question is this too much to ask? I honestly feel that knowing every detail will put all my intrusive thoughts to bed, as I will no longer have to imagine what had happened, and it may be better or worse in comparison to what I imagined, but it's what I need to be able to move forward from here with confidence that our reconciliation will be successful. I just want to know in my heart that I am worthy to her, worthy of her honesty, worthy of the truth. Even if it's a hard truth. Update: finding the truth through contact with AP? I recently discovered an affair that my girlfriend had years ago. There may be another AP, and I want to contact him and ask him about his relationship with her. I have his number and I know who he is. He knows who I am as well. Has anyone here successfully talked with an AP to find the whole truth of the situation? Any advice for a first-timer trying to get to the bottom of a possible affair by communicating with the AP? Update: I am so lost. I so badly want to reconcile. I have so much to lose. The life that we've built together, the job that I have, the dogs that we care for, but I can't get over so many obvious instances of cheating. Of infidelity. What do you do when you know there is more, but that won't be admitted to? I know there is more than one, but I only have proof of one. I feel like I have to shove it in her face, the proof that I find through my own due diligence. Why can't she just tell me the truth through the guilt that she feels from what she did? Why does it have to be guilt by proxy of me finding out and then her acknowledging? What kind of guilt is this, and does it lead to any kind of reconciliation? I'm starting to believe that it leads to nothing. I'm beginning to believe that I have to leave. Update, it's over. I am not well. I've lived through CSA and have been able to find a way out of trauma, thanks to the love in my life, to where I can fully enjoy being alive again without the ghost of my past haunting my every move. I've lived through addiction, made it into recovery, and was able to build a life in helping others over the last 8 years. 6 of those years were in the company of my best friend, with the woman that I love in the place we called home. Home is wherever I'm with you. In spite of knowing that I can survive insurmountable obstacles and odds, today has hit me hard in a way that I didn't know was possible. And today I am haunted by the ghost of the life that died on D-Day. The life that we had and shared together, the future we were trying to build, our home, our little furry family, the idea of being a father with the help of a fertility doctor, the memories we had yet to make, the memories we shared, the moments of peace and clarity that I had when I would hold her, or wake up next to her, sleeping peacefully in our bed. My grip on reality is unraveling, and I'm still trying to piece together an understanding of what is real and what is not. When I learned of her affair, 3.5 years after it happened, I looked at all the time gone by, and realized that none of it was real. The life that I had lived with her all this time, was under intense scrutiny. I remembered other unrelated incidents that were now more than suspicious, especially with this new perspective that was given to me in the form of her infidelity. She's lived this whole time with me, with no accountability for having cheated. Without remorse. With the knowledge that she can cheat, come home to me, appease my suspicions with promises of having always been faithful, and that at the end of the day, I will believe her, and life will carry on. 3.5 years. Was it the first? Was it the last? What is the likelihood that it was only one night of casting thoughts of the love we shared and of me aside for good, raw time with another man? Even before D-Day, I imagined this scenario. But up until then, it was just that my imagination. It was something that I made up that wasn't real, and I had nothing to worry about. She would never do that to me, I convinced myself. After D-Day, my imagination became my reality. And every single day since then, I haven't been able to stop thinking about this scene and all of what they felt before, during and after the rush of adrenaline that she must have felt when walking up to his hotel room with him. Imminent time on both of their minds as they exchanged glances and brushes of skin on skin, a hand held here, a touch of the small of the back there. She wants him, he wants her. How her heart beat even faster when they entered the room and he began to take her clothes off between every passionate kiss. His first touch of her nude body, hands traveling down her body until he feels her shudder. Her first grip of him as she felt how hard he was. The rush of excitement must have been unparalleled to any experience she has ever had with me. The rushes of pleasure and pain that she had as he thrust inside of her. The sounds that she made while he did so, the words that she spoke to him in between breaths, begging him to go further, harder, telling him what he was doing that she liked. Letting him know how close to orgasm she is. I know this is real because I believe those sounds and those words were reserved for me, who loved her and shared this with her exclusively. And I'm sure with her words softly but firmly in his ear, just as I would, he exploded inside of her and she let out sounds that would wake up the entire floor. But she doesn't care, she wants others to hear. The rush of being so loud that she was now sharing their experience with the adjoined rooms. The rush of endorphins after orgasm, as he collapsed next to her with heavy breaths of completion. What she must have felt as she looked into his eyes, him beaming with adoration and love for her. He loved her, he still wanted her, he missed her, and not his wife at home. The soft kisses, the pillow talk between rounds of time, and not a single thought of me. No regrets. No guilt, no shame. As I'm trying to remember what is real and what is not, this is very much real. This actually happened. She did this, came home to me, and carried on with me as if it didn't. For 3.5 years. Now that I've found out, she says she is remorseful. But she wasn't remorseful until I had the smoking gun in my hand. And all I can see in front of me is more smoking guns, waiting for me to clasp them, waiting to burn my skin to tell me, this is real, I am real, and there is no refuting it. And I still feel as if she doesn't understand what I'm going through when I see these images pop up in my mental feed. Maybe to her, it isn't real. Maybe she's compartmentalized and downplayed what she did so much, that she refuses to see what I now have to see. The thing that is more real to me than the person in flesh and blood, sitting in what was our bedroom. I'm struggling. I'm really trying to stay sane right now. It ended last night in a barrage of words and texts from me even though she was just in the other room. I guess I was trying to get her to see what I see. And the alcohol did nothing to help, quite the contrary. And this dependence of alcohol that I have now since D-Day, is more than worrisome. I am in trouble. I am in danger. Nothing is real but pain now. And nothing can anesthetize me enough to not feel it in my bones. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, please go be with friends and family. Put down the drink. Go to a therapist. Scream and punch your pillow. You will survive this. Redditor 2, my goodness. I've been right here. The images. The nightmares. The time stop. I'm so sorry. You're deep in the trauma right now. Do everything in your power to put yourself first from now on. No one else will. She definitely won't. Redditor 3, I share a lot of those feeling and the intensity. It is impossible put them in words. Not sure if you feel or will feel like this. My first week of D-Day I didn't sleep and for me it was like a bad dream, even that I had so many red flags that I was always ignoring. After a while I felt very angry towards the guy my ex at S time and much later I am feeling angry towards her, as I know and accept that it was her choice. I knew it was her choice since the D-Day, but it made her. It's enlivening. It turns the despair on its head and into something joyous. And save the sad songs for only after you've done something momentous like a long run or an act of service. Trust me, op answer, thank you so much. Your advice is exactly what I need to hear right now.